Welcome back to my channel. Today is a hot, windy day with strong tides in Ho Chi Minh City, providing an opportunity to witness container ships speeding in and out of Cat Lai Port, located 21 kilometers upstream. The Ever Compose is a modern container ship, launched in 2021 at the IS shipyard in Japan, a facility known for producing mid-sized container ships for Evergreen Marine Corporation. At 171 meters in length and 28 meters across the bow, she is a mid-sized vessel by global standards. Her gross tonnage measures nearly 18,700, with a deadweight capacity of over 22,000 tons. These figures translate into 2,000s of standard containers she can carry safely across the seas on a single voyage. Her design is optimized for regional trade routes in Southeast Asia. Unlike the massive, ultra-large container vessels that cross oceans, Ever Compose is built for agility, moving efficiently between ports in China, Taiwan, and Southeast Asia. This operating range allows her to connect industrial hubs like Kaohsiung in Taiwan and Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, ensuring that goods flow steadily through the supply chain. In terms of transportation capability, Ever Compose can carry a diverse cargo: electronics, textiles, machinery, foodstuffs, and raw materials. Each voyage represents not just tonnage, but the lifeblood of economies, the everyday products that sustain modern life. Her draft of 9 meters allows her to dock at a wide variety of ports, from major hubs to smaller regional facilities, expanding her reach and flexibility. The ship is turning at 13.5 knots heading towards Kaohsiung Port in Taiwan. Its bow creating large waves that crash against the shore, producing an incredibly powerful and dynamic scene. The ship will arrive at Kaohsiung Port in 3 days, having covered a distance of 1,960 kilometers or 1,060 nautical miles. Kaohsiung, depending on the weather conditions and port scheduling accomplishment, the captain may allow the ship to travel from a speed of 14 to 18 knots as her max speed. The ship is equipped with a 19,000 horsepower diesel engine and uses a high-strength bronze propeller with a diameter of 6 meters, designed to withstand constant stress and seawater corrosion. The ship just demonstrated its power by creating a turbulent area of water on a 600-meter wide river with large waves. The ship looks quite new and sturdy. We only see minor signs of rust on the hull, indicating that the ship has been very well maintained by the crew. Today, this ship is not yet fully loaded. There are still some empty spaces without containers. On the forward deck, most of the containers are stacked 4 to 5 layers high. As the container ship exits the treacherous bay, a wooden sand barge crosses the river to enter a smaller tributary. We can see the stark contrast in size between the man and the ship. It's Ever Composed. And now the ship is regaining its speed to head out to sea in another hour. Next up today is a newer ship. We're exploring the Cat Lai Express, a modern container ship sailing under the Liberian flag. Built in 2023, she's only 3 years old, but already plays a vital role in Southeast Asia's busy maritime trade lanes. Being fully loaded and traveling at 12.5 knots, the ship created immense pressure on the river, with a huge amount of water splashing out. We are witnessing waves 1.5 meters high running along the riverbanks immediately after the Cat Lai Express passed by. Cathay Express is a modern, mid-sized container ship with a capacity of 1,781 TEU, a deadweight of 24,477 tons, and a gross tonnage of 18,848. Owned by Transfar Shipping and operated by Samudra. Transfar Shipping, part of the Chinese Transfar Group, owns the vessel. They focus on expanding China-ASEAN trade with modern, fuel-efficient ships. Day-to-day operations are managed by Samudra and the Shipping Group, a Singapore-based company specializing in short and medium-haul container services across Southeast Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and Uzbekistan. Cathay Express mainly carries electronics, textiles, agricultural goods, and industrial cargo containers. On her regular run from Ho Chi Minh City to Singapore, she takes about 3 days. Cathay Express is called at Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, Singapore, Belawan in Indonesia, and Tanjung Pele, Bangladesh. Cathay Express is powered by a single main engine rated at about 22,500 horsepower, driving a large fixed-pitch propeller of approximately 7 meters in diameter. This setup gives her a maximum service speed of 17.6, though she typically cruises at around 12.9 knots. Now, we're taking a closer look at the YM Certainty, a large container ship built in 2020 and sailing under the Liberian flag. At just 6 years old, she's already a vital part of East Asia's maritime trade network. YM Certainty measures 210 meters in length and 33 meters in length, with a maximum draft of 9.8 meters. She carries a gross tonnage of 32,720 and a deadweight tonnage of 37,500 tons, making her a mid-sized container vessel. At the heart of YM Certainty is a manned B&W main engine, producing 39,000 horsepower. This drives a single fixed-pitch propeller, measuring about 8 meters in diameter. Together, this propulsion system allows her to reach a maximum speed of 21 knots, though she typically cruises at 13 to 14 knots for efficiency. Her cargo capacity is up to 3,000 TEU. That's 20-foot equivalent units. YM Certainty carries a wide range of goods, including electronics and consumer products, automotive parts and machinery, textiles and garments, foodstuffs and refrigerated cargo, and even hazardous cargo containers when required. Recently, YM Certainty has been active between China and Japan and Vietnam. From keel to main deck, YM Certainty rises about 18 to 20 meters. This is the structural height of her hull, the part that gives her strength and stability at sea. But when you include her superstructure and bridge tower, her total height above the waterline reaches roughly 45 to 50 meters. Her height also allows for efficient container stacking, up to 6 or 7 tiers above deck. This maximizes her cargo capacity to nearly 3,000 TEU, while keeping operations safe and balanced. The ship maintained its speed of 13.5 knots, rapidly approaching the bend where I'm standing. The tide is still high, and the river is wide, allowing the ship to take the sharp turn at high speed. It is sure to be exciting. Enjoy it with us. 1 hour later, we're profiling the POSEN. She was built in 2007 at the Nordic Yard shipyard in Wismar, Germany. She was constructed for Leish Reederei of Rostock, Germany, and has remained under German ownership and management since. At nearly 2 decades old, she remains an active and reliable vessel in international trade. The container ship POSEN stretches 222 meters long and spans 30 meters across the beam, with a draft of 8.3 meters when fully loaded. She has a gross tonnage of 27,968 and a deadweight tonnage of 37,951, classifying her as a mid-sized vessel. The ship, fully loaded and with a maximum draft of 11 meters, was making a spectacular turn in 13 minutes. Her propulsion system is powered by an engine, delivering 31,000 horsepower. This drives a single fixed-pitch propeller, approximately 6.5 to 7 meters in diameter, giving her a maximum speed of 17 knots. The ship operates in a wide area, often carrying cargo from Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam, Singapore, and Malaysia, connecting to major ports like Ningbo, Shanghai, and China. During this voyage, the ship, carrying 30,000 tons of cargo, will arrive in Singapore in 2 or 3 days. Then it will pass through Port Klang, Malaysia, continue transporting goods to Shanghai, and then return to Ho Chi Minh City. Another large ship is approaching at high speed. I can see the white waves from its bow stretching to both sides of the vessel. Spill Nirmala is a mid-sized, built in 2008, Panama-flagged container ship. This vessel operates under Samudra Shipping Line, better known as SPL, serving intra-Asia container trade routes. This ship isn't one of the giants you see crossing oceans, but she's still impressive. Stretching 212 meters long, about 30 meters wide, and drawing close to 11 meters in the water, she's built to carry nearly 2,824 containers. She's equipped with 3 electro-hydraulic deck cranes, each with a lifting capacity of 40 tons. This allows her to load and unload containers independently, even in ports without advanced infrastructure. At 18 years old, she's considered a mid-life ship, requiring regular maintenance and compliance with international maritime standards. The ship is traveling at 13 knots, with a current draft of approximately 10.5 meters, creating strong waves that crash against both banks of the river. The bow of the ship looked quite old, with 2 anchors showing heavy rust, but they were still quite thick and sturdy, each weighing 12 tons. Supported by heavy chains, giving her the holding strength needed for safe operations in regional ports and coastal waters. Spill Nirmala is powered by a slow-speed diesel engine, delivering about 28,000 horsepower. This drives a single fixed-pitch propeller with 4 blades, 7 meters in diameter, giving her a service speed of around 20 knots. You can clearly hear the engine from considerable distance. The engine's rumble is deep and rhythmic. And now, you can admire the entire ship from a distance of 200 meters. It's actually gliding through air. The ship is currently 45 meters above the waterline, and the deck is about 10 meters above the water. On board the ship at that moment were many containers from various shipping companies, such as Evergreen, Yangming, and OCL, and some other containers whose owners I couldn't see the names of. There was plenty of empty space on the forward deck of the ship, while the aft deck was completely empty, with not many containers on board today. She is now heading to Singapore. The voyage from Ho Chi Minh to Singapore is a short feeder leg of about 647 nautical miles, typically completed in just a week. This route is crucial for connecting Vietnam's exports to Singapore's global shipping network. SBL Nirmala's back crane is a 40-ton pedestal crane at the stern, giving her the ability to manage container operations independently of the rear cargo bays. It complements the forward and midship cranes, making her versatile in ports without advanced facilities. We're spotlighting the YM Image, a container ship built in 2006 at a shipyard in China. Nearly 2 decades later, it's still actively sailing under the Liberian flag and serving busy Asian trade routes. At 173 meters in length and 28 meters across the beam, the YM Image can carry up to 22,000 metric tons of cargo, an extraordinary load for a vessel of its class. Currently, the majority of the cargo on the ship's deck belongs to Yangming, and at the bow there are even containers holding flammable chemicals, which are considered hazardous goods in maritime transportation. At its core is a 2-stroke marine diesel engine, delivering roughly 26,000 horsepower. This immense power drives a single fixed-pitch propeller, about 5 to 6 meters in diameter, forged from high-strength bronze alloy. Together, they push the ship at service speed of around 13 knots. But here's the kicker. The YM Image could reach a maximum speed of nearly 19 knots per minute. The ship was demonstrating its power as it took a corner at fairly high speed, its hull tilting sharply to the right while fully loaded at maximum draft of 10 knots. Like many ships built and forged stricter emission rules, the YM Image was designed for efficiency rather than modern environmental standards. Unless retrofitted, it likely still burns higher sulfur fuel. Maintenance is critical, from cylinder liner replacements to turbocharger servicing, and even the propeller requires polishing to reduce drag and improve efficiency. Right now, the YM Image is on a voyage from Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam to Lang Cha Bay, Thailand, sailing at about 13.2 knots. Expect a 1.5 to 2 day sailing time under normal conditions. For logistics planning, direct services are the most efficient, while feeder or transshipment routes may extend the journey slightly. We're exploring the vessel Pei Tai Chung, a mid-sized container ship that has been serving global trade routes for nearly 2 decades. Pei Tai Chung sails under the flag of the Marshall Islands. She was built in 2007 in Nikkei Zosen Corporation in Ishima Shipyard, Japan, making her 19 years old today. This container ship spans 200 meters from bow to stern, with a beam of 32 meters and a draft of 11 meters. Her tonnage comes in at 27,356 tons, while her summer deadweight reaches 33,549 tons. She can carry 2,401 TU dry containers, including 500 refrigerated containers. At the heart of the vessel is its main engine, a massive 2-stroke marine diesel engine from Hitachi, typical of container ships of this era. It delivers around 30,000 horsepower, driving a single fixed-pitch propeller made of high-strength bronze alloy with a diameter is about 7 meters. Alongside the main engine, the ship is equipped with medium-speed auxiliary diesel generators that supply electricity for onboard systems and cargo handling. The vessel primarily runs on heavy fuel oil, with marine diesel oil used during maneuvering. Its service speed is about 13 to 14 knots, while the maximum design speed can reach up to 20 to 22 knots. And right now, the Taichung is on board. It's sailing from Port Catlai, Ho Chi Minh City to Port Klang, Malaysia. A voyage of 72 hours. She will travel a distance of 700 nautical miles. In front of us now is a ship approaching Catlai Port from the sea at 12 knots. The Starship Ursa is a container ship built in 2013 by Hyundai Maipo Dockyard in South Korea. She sails under the Marshall Islands flag, stretching 172 meters in length with a beam just under 30 meters. She represents a dependable mid-sized player in the container shipping industry. When it comes to cargo, Starship URSA can carry around 1,891 TU, which stand for 20-foot equivalent units, the standard measure for containers. That translates to a deadweight tonnage of about 23,927 metric tons. In other words, she's capable of moving thousands of tons of manufactured goods, electronics, and consumer products. Powering this ship is a diesel engine, delivering roughly 24,000 horsepower. This engine drives a single fixed-pitch bronze alloy propeller with a diameter of 6.5 meters. The design prioritizes efficiency, ensuring the vessel can maintain steady speeds while conserving fuel. In terms of performance, Starship Ursa cruises at a service speed of about 13 knots, with a maximum speed reaching 17 knots. At full operation, she consumes roughly 35 to 40 tons of fuel per day, which is typical for ships of this class. Her range and efficiency make her ideal for medium-haul routes across East and Southeast Asia. Owned and operated by Namsung Shipping, Starship Ursa is part of a fleet that connects major ports in South Korea, China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and Vietnam, with over a decade of service. So there you have it, the Starship Ursa, a mid-sized container ship with nearly 24,000 tons of cargo capacity, a powerful engine, and a top speed of 17 knots. She's a perfect example of how modern engineering keeps global trade moving smoothly. Her bulbous bow, stretching 5.9 meters beneath the waterline, adds to her efficiency and stability at sea. Next, we're exploring one of the newest additions to the global container fleet, the Mild Peony. Built in 2024, this vessel represents modern efficiency in mid-sized container shipping. Let's take a closer look at her specifications, performance, and role in global trade. The Mild Peony is a container ship registered under the Hong Kong flag. At just 2 years old, she's among the younger vessels operating today. With a length overall of 172 meters and a beam of 28 meters, she fits into the mid-size category of container carriers. This ship can carry around 1,800 to 1,900 TEU, which translates to a deadweight tonnage close to 24,000 metric tons. That's thousands of containers filled with manufactured goods, electronics, and consumer products moving across Asia-Pacific ports. Her gross tonnage is estimated at just over 20,000 GT. The Mild Peony is powered by a modern diesel engine, delivering nearly 22,000 horsepower. This drives a single fixed-pitch propeller with a diameter of about 7 meters, designed for efficiency at moderate speeds. The propulsion system balances fuel economy with reliable performance, ensuring smooth voyages across busy trade lanes. Her service speed averages around 14 to 16 knots, while her maximum speed reaches 18 to 19 knots. At full operation, she consumes roughly 37 tons of fuel per day. With a draft of 10.4 meters, she's optimized for medium-depth ports, making her versatile across Asia's coastal infrastructure. Recently, Mild Peony has been reported sailing near the China coast, en route to Zhoushan, China. She has also operated in the South China Sea, connecting ports such as Chihuahua, Vietnam, and Singapore. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next videos.